What's up, guys? This is Matt and welcome to the office. Today I wanted to talk about a couple things that I've been working on and also my next move. What's my next device? My goal with this channel is to speak about products that I'm going to add to my gear or products that I'm going to purchase for personal or business use, and how are they going to help me or enhance my productivity or my entertainment. I don't want to get into the old habit like I used to when I used to do YouTube way back in the day, as I used to just review cases or review products just for the sake of reviewing them. I'm going to review products that actually mean things to me and that I'm going to actually use. I've been testing out the Sony noise cancellation earbuds, and these are amazing so far. These are the WF-1000X M3s. So far, so good. I'm enjoying them. The noise cancellation is amazing for them being just buds. Obviously, I've used the over ears before and these are amazing, but they have more sound isolation, so obviously they're gonna have better noise cancellation. So stay tuned to the channel for these. I will do a review probably in about a week or so. I'm still writing down notes and I'm enjoying them so far, so stay tuned. All right, next up, I have something very serious to discuss with you guys today. I, Matt Gisantana, am leaving the iPhone. Yep, I mean that. So here's what I've decided, guys. There's a caveat. Give me a second. Okay, so the iPhone is getting a little boring. Obviously, everybody always says the same thing every year. They're not really making any innovation, so on and so forth. Well, with the new technologies that are out, the folding screens, Touch ID in the display, bezel-less screens, no notch, Apple is still behind. And the Note is very, very enticing. I've always wanted to go back to the Note. I just never pulled the trigger. I'm just really, really, really deep into the Apple ecosystem. So what I've decided is I'm going to sell my iPhone, I'm going to sell my Apple Watch, and I'm going to get the Note 10 Plus 5G, because that's also another feature that I want my next iPhone to have is 5G. And I think that the next iPhone, probably in 2020, may be the one that I would get. But until then, I'm excited to just try out Android and really dive into the options that I can have for my smart home tech, as well as just my collaboration tools, even with work or personal life. And maybe I can find a common ground, because I love tech way too much to dedicate my entire purchase, mentality around what ecosystem. Does it work well with what I have? I'm going to start looking at things a little bit differently. Does it work well with what I need? So if I need something and Apple doesn't do it the best, then I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to slowly build my products around there. And what I think I'm going to end up with is I'm going to end up with a MacBook, and I'm going to end up with probably an iPad. But until they decouple the Apple Watch with the iPhone, I probably won't have another Apple Watch until then. I don't really want to get rid of this. This is one of my favorite Apple Watches that I've ever had. It's the ceramic Apple Watch edition. This thing is tough. So back to the iPhone switching. I plan on getting an Android device. The last time I've used an Android device as my primary one is the Nexus 6P. I'm not going to get into it, but I've had like the Nexus 1, Nexus S, Galaxy 4, 5, Nexus 4, 5. I really love the Nexus program. I was a huge proponent of Android in the beginning, but I really like the vanilla flavor of Android. I didn't like HTC Sense. I didn't like TouchWiz. I didn't like Moto Blur. I didn't like any of that. I like the pure Android. So when they moved over to the Pixel branding, that was a little concerning for me, because they started doing some Apple-like things. They started building a product that was mostly designed to just be a great camera. Now, there's been plenty of issues in the past with the Pixel devices. Samsung has their own flag for slowing down over time or whatever. So between the Pixel 4 and the Note 10, it looks like the Note 10 is the better buy for me. So I will be looking at the Pixel 4. I may even, try to review it for a little bit just to play around and see if I do like it. But for the most part, I will be using the Note 10 Plus 5G as my primary device. And I believe should be here August 23rd. So stay tuned to my social media, Twitter, Matt Gisantana, Instagram, Matt Gisantana. That's where I talk about products and tech in between these videos. Let's talk about some news that's going on. The Note 10. Now, the Note 10 is a beast of a phone. However, the Note 10 Plus is really the one that is an upgrade over last year's model. The Note 10 itself has a 6.3-inch screen, 1080 by 2280 pixels. You're getting a smaller resolution screen. You're getting 8 gigs of RAM, you're getting 256 gigabytes of storage, and you're also getting the same camera that you would get in the Note 10 Plus. The only differences with the Note 10 Plus versus the Note 10 are, of course, you get the time of flight sensor on the back of the Note 10 Plus. You have an option for 5G with the Note 10 Plus. You have a bigger battery. You also have a higher resolution screen. You also get a 6.8-inch screen. So same, everything else is the same. It's just those things. Now that price difference is about $200 price difference. So all of those features that I mentioned are the differences. So if you feel like $200 is worth those differences, go ahead and opt for the higher end model of the Note series. Let's talk about some news. I've already talked about the Note 10. Let's talk about the iPad Pro. Apple's refresh of the iPad Pro is expected to have the 3-camera setup that is similar to the new iPhone 11. We're not sure what the different lens sizes will be. According to 95Mac, a source in China has reported that 2019 iPad could have a triple camera setup. Personally, I have not ever wanted to take a picture on an iPad. The only time I could think of a high resolution camera being useful on an iPad is maybe for document scanning, or maybe if you were doing some things with AR, like some app development or things like that. But adding this camera setup to the iPad, I think might be a pretty big deal for mobile photography. And here's why. If you can get better lenses or better focal length on an iPad, and you have that big screen and you have that processing power, because remember, you can edit 4K video. So a 10-inch iPad might be a great solution for someone who wants to vlog or to create things on the go, very similar to the way that Samsung is marketing the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus to be. So that's a big deal. I'm gonna keep an eye out on that, but I'm only watching this closely because I plan to get an iPad at some point. However, until then, I'm just gonna observe and report. Next, I wanna talk to you guys about Sonos. The Verge, late Friday night, broke a story about Sonos filed with the FCC 2 products, one of them being a Bluetooth speaker. And on the back of this new speaker from Sonos, there's supposed to be a switch on the back that will allow you to toggle between Wi-Fi and Bluetooth modes. So what that means is if you want to use it as a Bluetooth speaker, you can do so by flipping the switch. Now, when you do that, you're not going to have access to the Sonos app while using Bluetooth. However, if you do switch back into Wi-Fi mode, you can take it off this new docking station that is a wireless docking station for the new speaker, and you can take it around the house. So it gives you like the best of both worlds. Sonos has amazing sound quality, a very good value, honestly, than other speakers because of the Wi-Fi capabilities. But this new product is supposed to be a little bit taller and a little bit wider than the Sonos Play 1 or the Sonos One. So expect a pretty large device. However, you can move it around your home. You may also be able to take it on the go because you can now plug it up and charge it with USB-C. So on the go, you use USB-C. While you're in your home, you can charge it on the dock or move it around wirelessly, whether you use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. So overall, this is actually pretty exciting. It's expected to launch in the fall. Shout out to The Verge for breaking that news story. I can't wait to see what Sonos has to offer. Apparently there is a media event later on this month that may have some announcements. So stay tuned to the channel. I will definitely pick up one of those devices so that I can review it, because I'm very interested in building out, the audio experience in my home as far as, Wi-Fi connectivity. And I forgot to mention, this thing has AirPlay too as well, just like the Sonos One. So it's getting to the point now with the Sonos products where you're gonna be able to use Bluetooth, AirPlay, and Wi-Fi. And so whether you use Apple Music or Spotify, you're good to go. These are the type of products that I'm looking to add to my home, products that work well with most things, not just with a few things, because as prices change and as options change, I wanna have that flexibility to go with a new service or to try something different, just in case it works out better. Well, guys, I really appreciate you taking the time with me to listen to me rant about how I'm switching from the iPhone and catch up on some news stories. If you like this format, please drop a comment down below, subscribe, like, let me know what your thoughts are, as well as what products are you looking forward to. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.